Good morning, makeup marketers, Team Momentum, and Avon representatives. It's Emily Segrin. I'm an executive unit leader with Avon and sell at the President's Council level. I know that you have, if you've listened to me before, you've heard me talk about how important it is to track your stats and your progress and performance with Avon over the campaigns and also monthly and yearly to make sure that you're improving and growing and making more money. So today I want to go over a spreadsheet that I put together to measure some key stats to make sure that you are improving in your Avon business. So if you have not been to my makeup marketing online website, be sure to check out this Avon tips page here. I have all of my best tips for leadership, selling online, and growing a bigger business. And then make sure you subscribe here. You'll get all my updates through email. And then subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you don't mind, if you like this helpful information, give the video a like. I'd really appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look at the spreadsheet that I created and look at where I'm getting the information to fill in here. So one thing that I know I've gone over in a couple other videos is to make sure you have a way of tracking your website visitors. I use StatCounter as well as Google Analytics. This way I can go in and check daily, weekly, monthly, how I'm improving over time. So definitely a big jump in website traffic and in January of all months. So I must be doing something right. And I can also take a look at my actual Avon website and see how I am doing there. So both of those websites are going to have similar trends since I point everyone from my makeup marketing online site over to my Avon website. Okay, so I'm not going to cover website visitors very much because I have a couple other videos and posts where you can look up how to do that. So let's take a look at this first tab here on online sales monthly. So what I do is I go into youravon.com. I click on the web office and I check down here for direct delivery orders. I'm going to show you another screen that I have pulled up here so that it's hiding customers' personal information. So once you click on this direct delivery orders, that is where you'll see if you have any online orders from your website. So it's always exciting to log into your web office and see some numbers there. So you click on that and you can see your online sales. And that is where I enter the information over here. So if we go back, let's see, January 11th, we have 1948. The 12th, we have a couple orders. So you'll see I just go through and I list the date, the amount, and which campaign my website was on when they placed the order. You can look up under my account and key campaign dates to see when your website switches over. It all depends on which mail plan you're on. So then I also keep track, let's look at the whole spreadsheet here. I keep track of what I did total online for the campaign, how many catalogs I mailed out. I always mail out catalogs through campaign mailer to my online customers. I really feel they enjoy looking at the paper catalog even though they can browse it online. So that has worked for me, mailing out catalogs to my online customers. I keep track of, this is my total sales for my total online sales for the campaign, how many catalogs I mailed out, and then how much I spent on the catalogs I mailed out. So if you are familiar with Excel, it's a pretty powerful tool. You can just drag across all of these numbers here. It does a lot of calculations for you. So I've highlighted all the numbers for campaign 3, all of my online sales, and I see down here that I have a sum of 2,130 in sales. It also gives me an average sale, so my average online customer in campaign 3 spent $38.05, and I had 56 online orders during campaign 3 online. Okay, so then I keep track. This is last year and this is this year. It kind of gives me an idea of how I'm doing compared to last year. So you can see, you know, here's my 2015 January, and I'm already passing through what I was doing towards the end of February last year. So that's exciting. It's showing I'm getting more online sales. So then we go over to my yearly tab here. So I keep track on a monthly basis what I did online, and then I can see side by side whether I'm improving over last year's month. And then down at the bottom here, I keep track by campaign. So this was the total for my campaign 1 online sales in 2014. Here's 2015, how many catalogs I mailed out, and the percentage increase. So all the fields that you see highlighted in yellow here, you can see that they are calculated. So if you want those formulas to stay in place, just do not delete or edit these fields that are highlighted in yellow. You can go ahead and delete out my numbers so that you can input yours, but leave those yellow cells alone. Okay, so now let's look at some numbers that you could track for personal sales. My situation is a little bit different. I don't really do the traditional face-to-face sales anymore. So I have put together something that I would probably track if I was just starting out and also doing traditional sales. So, you know, this is pretty simple. By campaign, the number of catalogs that you handed out, how many customers actually placed an order, your personal award sales, how much you spent on sales tools or advertising or any expenses that you had during the campaign, and then your estimated earnings. And then over here you could just write certain notes that you want to keep track of for the campaign. You know, maybe you want to highlight whether a new product came out, or there was a sale on glimmer sticks. You know, any notes that are going to help you in the future see why it was a successful campaign or maybe not so successful. And then again, here is totals and averages. So leave those cells alone if you want those formulas to stay in place. And just to go back into our youravon.com here, you can look on my account and invoices. Again, my account's going to look very different from yours because I no longer place traditional orders on this account. They're all online sales. So you can take a look at your order summary. It'll tell you your sales, your award sales, and your estimated earnings. And then you can also track how many catalogs you ordered. Okay, so moving on to some leadership stats to track. And you'll see on each page here I have some notes. You can click through and go right to my Makeup Marketing Online page from here. I give you a few quick tips and then some more links on how to subscribe to and join different makeup marketing groups. Okay, so for our leadership numbers, we want to take a look at Downline Manager. And that is under the Sales Leadership tab. And we go to Downline Manager. And you can click right here, but I do already have it pulled up. So a couple of steps that I like to track in the spreadsheet. Again, I like to track it outside of youravon.com because a lot of the information on youravon.com is only stored for a year. So I want to be able to look back year to year how I'm improving throughout my Avon career, not just compared to last year. I always want to be building. So let's take a look, and I keep track of pretty much the numbers down here in the closed campaign comparison. So I have personal sales, unit sales, here's my total, and then my earnings. I keep track of how many orders were placed in the first generation, how many that were placed in the second and third generation, and then total amount of orders. If we scroll over, I have total amount of first generation reps, second and third for a total number here. Again, these are all calculated, so you don't have to add those up yourself. Unit new appointments, unit leaders, candidates, and then total in leadership. And then over here, I like to make notes whether, if it's someone on my team advancing in title, whether I advanced in title, any incentives that were going on, any notes that are going to give me a hint in the future as to why, I see a jump or a decrease in performance somewhere. So then at the bottom, we have totals and averages. So this is to keep track on a campaign basis, and then to be able to compare it yearly. So I just have 2014 and 15 in here. Again, you can delete my numbers here and then leave these alone, and it'll calculate for you. I like to be able to look side by side, make sure that we're growing in numbers, in sales, leadership, earnings, of course, and then total team members and leaders again. So it's definitely encouraging when you're having a bad day or feeling frustrated or in a rut to come and look at these numbers and see how far you've grown in a year, because I know when I'm feeling frustrated and not really feel like I'm getting anywhere, I'll come in and I'll look and see something like that I grew. I did 20 appointments in January compared to 6 last year. So those are the kind of little things that encourage me and just get me excited about my business again. I keep track here of how many personal appointments I have each campaign, and then over here by month. So I hope you find this helpful, and be sure to look me up online, Emily Segrin and Makeup Marketing Online, and I wish you all a very prosperous 2015. Have a great day.